Yeah, g'day YouTubers, Tinker O'Toole again here with another video. Today we're just going to show you how to break a link, 3/8 low profile, semi-chisel, and then we'll spin the rivets up. So it's a pretty simple process, but you've got to get it right. So we'll zoom in for those that may be thinking of getting one of these. And what you have to do, I've just got this tightened up. You'll see the two drive links. So that's where you split and join, all right? Between the cutters, the tie strap. So you'll see that I've got the drive links lined up on the corner. The little point of the drive link lines up with the corner. And you'll notice that the way that I've got the chain is, the drive links, the points are facing away from you. So it's pretty straightforward. The next important part that you've got to get right is, and we'll just see whether we can drop the camera down. I'll just see whether I can let that rest. The next most important part, and I damaged a little bit doing this, and we'll see if we can drop down and get it right, is that when you split the rivet, and we'll just get this right in position. I'll just put it in a position and then I'll see whether you can see this really good. Because you really need to see that. You can see how I got that right in the middle of the rivet? So make sure that you put it right in the center of the rivet. Because if you don't, you can end up damaging the pin. Not worried about the chain. Bloody pins aren't cheap either. They're about $10 a pin. And it's easy to damage them. So just spend a little bit of time getting that spot on. So that's pretty spot on. It's not perfect. And I'll get it perfect. That's about perfect. Put a bit of pressure on the arm. You can see, bang, it's done. Move the other rivet into place, roughly in the middle. Just zoom back out and hopefully you can see that there. Put a bit of pressure on the arm. Rivet deforms. Broken. Simple. Really simple. And that's what you're left with. Look. Now, surprisingly enough, would you believe that you could actually reuse that rivet again? That rivet can be reused. Done it many, many times before. So yeah, now what we'll do is join this. So we'll show you how to join it. I've modified my own anvil. I've made my own out of a bit of hexagonal, I think it's 8mm Allen key. And I got a Dremel and I got a diamond, I think it was a round diamond bit. And you'll have a look how I've hollowed it out to represent the shape of a rivet, and it really works good, because one of the problems in spinning your own rivets, yes, you've got to put oil on them, but also you'll find out you get little cracks. And I find out that with the little hollowed out the anvil that I use, I don't get any cracks whatsoever, and it leaves a beautiful finish. So we'll show that to you. Today we're going to show you how to spin some rivets, but what I will show you is the anvil that I'll use. The ones that you will see will look, we'll just see if we could zoom in there, will look a little bit like this. And you'll notice those raised two little sections on the end there. There it is there, north and south. They rub on the tooth and it scratches everything up, and yeah, look, I really don't like it. Not to mention also, the other problem is that a lot of the rivets have cracks on them. And that's sort of been bugging me a little bit. The steel rivets are probably made out of softer metal and they spin a little bit better. Anyway, I've been playing around and just using a 5/16 Unbreako key. I've designed this type, which looks like the rivet. So it's like a mould. And I find it makes a much, much better rivet. Spins a lot better. So I've done it on both the 3/8 low profile and standard 3/8. Now I've got to join this chain together. So we've got a master link here. And we'll pop the master link in. You've got to get things the right way. All right. Get the other bit of chain. A little bit fiddly sometimes. Just got to get the master link on. Okay, so there it is there. That's it. What I done was break this chain. I had far too many 16-inch chains made up, and I need a 14-inch. So rather than bust some off a reel, I'm going to break this. I broke this one. Okay, so a little bit of oil. Doesn't matter what oil you use. I'm just using a bit of still micro oil bio. It's used for secateurs and all sorts of stuff. You only need a drop on it. Now, when you pop it in, the rivet in there, don't start spinning and squashing the first rivet all the way. What you want to do is just tighten it up a little bit. So that what it does is flare the rivet slightly so the other side doesn't pop off. So you've got to be careful that it doesn't pop off. Now the other side, you can spin a lot more. Now, with this spinning, whether you're using my anvil or whether you're using another type anvil, right? What you've got to be careful of is that you don't over tighten the handle. Because if you over tighten the handle, this handle here, right? So if you over tighten this handle here, the rivet will be too tight. So I rather take my time, look at the rivet, and this one needs obviously a bit more. I will spin the rivet a bit more, and we'll have a look at it. It's not too bad. This needs a little bit more. When you get in close, I don't mind stopping and starting and doing it a few times. There's a little bit of play in that, side play, which you want a fraction, but you don't want much. All right? So, still a little bit of side play in that rivet. Because if you go too far, the rivet's no good. Needs a little bit more on that one. Okay, so it's just about binding now. Now we'll show you what those rivets look like, because they're bloody good rivets. Look. There they are. Nothing wrong with those. Now anyone that's used one of these, well, there's the width of the rivet. Can't get your fingernail under it. One of the tests is put your if your fingernail fits under it, it's no good. Hasn't been spun properly. So that's my anvil. To make that anvil, we'll just get it back out again. I found out the easiest way was I used a Dremel, and I had a little cone, small cone type grinding wheel, and I just played around till the rivet fitted inside there. So this is just a bit of unbreako key, as I said. I think what's written on that there? I think it's 5/16 or 8mm, one or the other. That's it. So just make sure that if you are spinning rivets, when you put it together, you spin the first one, you put a little bit of tension on the handle, so you flare it out a little bit so that it doesn't pop off, because I've had that happen before. So you flare a little bit on one side, you put it in the other side, and you probably, look, you'll actually get used to it, but be careful that you don't over tighten this, because it'll, the tie straps want to have movement in them. You don't want to tighten it up so that the rivet is, and the drive link are clamped together because you over tightened it. And I guess that's what happens with these types here. These types help a little bit, but they don't stop you from over tightening it. You can still over tighten even using that type. Anyway, I hope that information helps. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.